afternoon, everyone. This is RAND. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, September 15, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a time for change call this Wednesday night after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. I want to make sure you're in a comfortable position. No outside distraction. Relaxed into your body. Still as a statue. Focus on your breath rising and falling. Life is but the expression of spirit through matter. To make life manifest requires the union of spirit and body. Dr. D.D. Palmer. So that's very true. In actuality, we express ourselves through matter. No matter what it may be that we choose, physical, organic body of different kinds. A tree, it could be a bird, a bear, it doesn't matter. You know, there was a ridiculous statement saying, well, those are lower conscious, right? Lower conscious spirits that enter birds and trees or even a blade of grass, which is false. We experience through the expression of spirit through matter. That's what life is. The expression of spirit through matter. To make life manifest requires the union of spirit and body. Whatever the body may be. It doesn't necessarily have to be a human body. It could be any kind. Throughout existence and beyond. So when we look at that, comprehending that, this is what we're all doing here. We are emulating life, which is the expression of spirit through matter. We express ourselves. Now, what's the key there? Well, there's a missing element. We don't have recall. We don't remember. That's crucial. So we do know, from these meditations, we do know that when we're clear about that, you start to realize, what it is we really truly are. We're spirit, God, in organic, material, physical body, expressing ourselves through matter, which is the body, with no memory. Isn't that wild? We have no memory of really, truly, all of our travel so far to date through lifetime after lifetime. Does that make any sense? Here's where things become pretty strange. You remember, this is a matrix. This is a holographic, highly engineered holographic universe. Very meticulously done. So, you got to really have a good game in order to trick God's pure consciousness. You really do. And they've got a good game, because what happens is that when you leave this life, excuse me, when you leave it, you do have memory at that stage, that point, okay? But when you do leave it, what you have been taught in and matter and physical material life is that's how you follow things. In other words, I guess everybody carries their body, an image of their body, right? No, the body's here. It's left here. That's number one. But when you meet all these people, relatives that have long since passed, pets and everything, because people who have had these experiences and then bounce back in the body, this is what, and it's all pretty close to what they see and that they experience. Crossing over, right? Big thing. They've had a television series called Crossing Over. And, talking with people who are crossing over means going to spirit world. But when you go there, everything, you've got relatives and, like I said, pets, and you're hugging and everything, and they're all carrying their bodies, right? But are they really who they claim to be? Remember, this is all a trick. What's the purpose of it? There really isn't a purpose, okay? It doesn't really have a structured order. It's just random. It's been that way for a very long time. Just random. So So this is how we are tricked. We're tricked, and we go over there, and we laugh, and clap, and all this stuff. And then time goes by, and we do what we want over there on the other side. And, if you want to swim with the dolphins, or you want to be on a sailboat in the ocean, you do all these things that you wanted to do in physical material life, which you are not at that stage. So you follow this, okay? Then you have an opportunity to review your life, because you still have memory, okay? So you review your life. And then, it's kind of like a spectroscope. And then you decide, well, I think I want to go there again, reincarnate, and experience another life. So you come in, you come right through, you enter the body, and then a new life begins. But while you're heading into the baby body, you are electrically charged. In other words, hit with a very strong electrical charge as God, as pure consciousness. And so what that does is it removes memory of past lives. So when you enter the baby body, you haven't a clue, you have total amnesia, and you're starting from scratch. Isn't that a riot? Now, does it happen every lifetime? Yes, every lifetime. You have no recollection of any past life whatsoever. You can do a past life regression, which is a hypnotherapy to discover past lives, even future lives. But the flip side of this is that since most of us are held in material physical life, right, matter, we're held in matter as gods, as pure consciousness, spirit, however you want to label us. And we don't have any comparison or anything, so we go through those lives and we learn what we learn. And because of what we're taught on this planet, which is completely false, this is all we have to follow. This is the only direction we have to go. So, what do? That's what we do. And the repetitiveness of it, if you're an ego mind, right, which most people on this planet are, very small fraction are not, and even they still are in it at times. So an ego mind, it would be difficult to comprehend and absorb past lives, what you did, who you were, as far as, in the material physical life, all the things that took place. In some cases, for a lot of us, it'd be overwhelming. It would be troublesome, to say the least. So in a way, it isn't a bad thing that we have amnesia, because we don't know who and what we are. We don't. Now, some people will say, oh, I know I'm not the body. I know I'm the God in the body. Well, how often do you meditate? How often do you practice mantras, affirmations? How often are you in silence? It's like in the morning before you get out of bed. See, everybody's in a hurry to certain degrees. Everybody, I got to get up. I got to get going. I can't just lay here, right? But while you're lying there and you're still not totally awake, affirmations, right? Prayer, reinforcing and connecting with the God that you are in that body before you ever put your feet on the floor outside the bed. Now, do a lot of people do that? No, they don't. Well, you got monks and nuns and priests and everything that pray, but they've all been, let's say, misguided. Okay? They've all been misguided. Religion is a misguidance. Religion is a redirection of the civilization to a self-destruction phase. Believe it or not, you follow it, look at it from outside, right? Not in it, but as a watcher, observer, you'll find that to be very truthful. Because each of us, how much higher can you get than pure consciousness or God? Right? How much? You can't. We are an expression of divine perfection, the gods that we are. You don't. Now, do you learn? Well, we learn, but we experience different levels of divine perfection. We are real. We're the only thing that's real. Okay? Us gods are real. Now, what about everything else? Well, we create it for entertainment, and it's all illusion. It really is an illusion. And when I say you do not die, you really don't die. When we're in physical form, it's an expression. It's matter, right? And it's an expression of spirit. And we do it constantly. All of us have had thousands of lifetimes. It's not, once in a while, because we never cease. We're always moving, and we are always an expression of spirit through matter. It's what we do. When you go beyond consciousness, and this is a whole different expanse beyond consciousness. But when you go on beyond, you begin to realize, what else would we be doing? Really, as gods, the spirit consciousness. We're divine perfection. We're the only thing that's real. Everything else is an illusion. Ego mind's an illusion. Right? It's all an illusion. Life is an illusion. Expression of spirit through matter. It's what we do. Do we ever end? No. What is coming home? Eventually we're going to come home. What does that mean? It means that eventually we will discover who and what we are. Then we'll be home. See? A home is not a home. Wherever you're at, wherever you go, as I have said in previous, is home. Your home. Your divine perfection. And whether you're aware or not, we create. And we're constantly creating as expression of spirit through matter. So we come into these bodies to express our God self through the body. And that's why we become master manifestors. Omnipotently powerful, supreme being, right? Omnipotent, powerful, supreme manifesting, abundant being that never dies. That's what's in these bodies. Now, do we know this? Do we really know it? No, not for the most part. Kind of have a little bit of a fledgling of an idea. What do most of us fear? What is the number one fear on this planet in this very now moment across the entire planet? What is it? Dying. It's mortality. Everybody gets to a point, whatever's happening, that's what kicks in. It's happening to your body, you have things going on, you're worried, you're stressing, and you're viewing. See, you manifest more of it because you're focused on the negative. You're focused on termination, not continuation. You're focused on termination, not continuation. See? And why is that? It is because the ego mind is running the show. Isn't that wild? What keeps us from embracing the fact that we're an expression of spirit through matter? And when we leave, we, who we really are, divine perfection, pure consciousness, gods, we leave the body and we move on. It's over. And then we come back and we go into another body. And we experience a bunch of different things, but similar. But when I say we never die, it's because of who and what we really are never dies. It's part of the great creation. It never dies. And we create life. See? We were told something else creates life. We create life. To make life manifest requires the union of spirit and body. Okay? So we pick a body. We are spirit. We make the union, and we create life. Boom. So we're the ones that create the life. Without us, there would be no life. Without us gods, without pure consciousness, there would be no life. In anything, it would be a big black void, deep, dark void. Now, obviously, there is a huge variance in life. I mean, you got to make it interesting, right? It can't be the same vanilla flavored over and over again. So we make it interesting. So we pick certain lives that we enter, and so one might be this way, another one this way, and it's a variety. We like variety. We're curious, and we like variety, and we like experiencing. And so we create it all. And then yet we've been told that something else creates it. And as a collective, as all of us are a collective, which means we're one, okay, all connected, all facets of each other, all reflections of each other, we're the one. There isn't, how do you put it? We've been taught there's one God out there. One God out there. that you have to follow, and if you don't, you'll be punished. Children have been told this for generations. You know, if you don't behave yourself, God is going to punish you, right? Now, that child believes that and takes it in. And that's how children begin to grow into fearing God. A vengeful God has been created on this planet. Now, is that true? Heck no. Not even close. It was prefabricated, created, to do what? To put fear into the civilization. It's created. A lot, just about everything. How the information you were given, you might as well throw it out the window because it isn't valid. It's not valid. Doesn't it make sense that we are life, we create life, not some super being that's floating around out there? When you pray to God, you're praying to you, to the God that you truly are. You can't get any closer than that, right? When you pray about something or you want something, you're actually communicating with the true God that you actually are. Now, all of us in the great expanse, all beyond, forever, beyond, and forever, make God. Say. It's like, people say, like, what is it, the Z generation, I believe, is turning to religion. What's up with that? How come they aren't turning to spirituality? You see the redundancy there? You see in the making another generation influenced by lies? It's crazy. But you can see it as a watcher and as an observer. It's not difficult to pick that up. It's really to uncover once and for all the truth about who and what we really are, all of us. How that we create life by the expression of spirit through matter. Without us, like I said, it wouldn't exist. This hits really, really home. I mean, right dead center, right on target. Now, a lot of us would be fearful of that have that kind of power, right? That'd be scary. So we would negate it. And our ego mind would say, oh, that's just silly. That's not. No, it's over here. You don't have anything to do with it. See? You're a pawn. And this power over here, separate from you, is the true source of life. Expression of spirit through matter. See, we have these bodies that are provided for us. But if the spirit does not enter the body, there is no life. I don't care if it's a frog, a tree, a dog, a cat. There is no life without spirit. This is why we talk about spirituality, and gravitating and embracing spirituality, and gravitating towards the now, the heart mind, focusing only on the moment, moment to moment, breath rising and falling, space between heartbeats, moment to moment. What does that do? It keeps us from getting all mucked up in ego mind. See? And it really gives us it affords us the opportunity to master ego mind, to master the illusion of separation, to look at a sunset and to say, that is the God that I am, rather than that's a beautiful sunset, because then you're missing everything. When you see something that to you is absolute breathtaking, that's the God that you are. You are absolutely breathtaking. You are absolutely spectacular, divine. It isn't debatable. You can search, try to contradict it through ego mind. It doesn't stick, the contradiction. Because you feel it deep within you that it's true. All of us. It doesn't matter at all what we're doing in material physical life. It doesn't. It has nothing to do with that. Yet, we've been what? Trained to believe that it does. And what do? We exercise that. I bet you, until now, you didn't know that life is but the expression of spirit through matter. And to make life manifest requires the union of spirit and body. You see how impactful that is. Just that. Just, really educating, training, and teaching and programming children, just that. Is phenomenal. This is the direction that we as a civilization, as a species, have to take. This isn't something that you just meander with on occasion. This is the direction. This is the shift. This is a permanent redirection of all the belief systems that have been unrighteously foisted upon the civilization. It totally wipes the slates clean. It is everyone beginning to embrace the fact that they are a God in the body, that they are life. They create life with their union. How long have I said we are creators? This is what we do. We manifest. We say co-creators because, why do you say co-creator? Because all of us are collectively creating and manifesting. And because of training that we've received in this lifetime alone, we believe all the untruths. And we stay locked in ego mind. You honestly believe that there would be anything going on this planet had we accomplished this a long time ago? With all of this buffoonery and craziness and falsification of what you're seeing, would that really have taken place? No. Would all of the criminality that has washed this planet continuously in debris, would that be taken? No. None of it would. Would people be frightened? Would they be scared? Would they be angry, upset, without knowing why? Destructive, counterproductive, without knowing why? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't exist. It wouldn't be here. That frequency would not exist. Stealing and destroying and all of this is because of the mass confusion that the civilization of this planet has been taught to participate in. I'll join you in a meditation. I'll return to close this out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body. Focused on your breath rising and falling. Look even deeper with it. What is generating your thoughts? Where is the source of the thoughts that are coming through your mind right now? Ask yourself randomly today, if you are not this whirlwind of thoughts, who are you? Then look beneath them and beyond them. Sit with this question for at least 10 minutes today. Where are my thoughts coming from? The infinite universe, pure consciousness, and change are the only three constant things in this life. Meditate on them all throughout your day today. Practice embracing this truth on all levels, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Let this truth seep deeply into your core. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We will return here Tuesday, September 16, 2025. We continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, and purest of the purest purest. Eternal gratitude at all times. No matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.